welcome to leave if you wish. But for those of you who do not wish, I offer you this toast. It's the greatest toast I ever heard. It's so good, I named my album after it. It went like this. To us, the beautiful. And to those who disagree, may their eyes fall out. To us, the beautiful. And to those who disagree, may their eyes fall out. We all want something radical. I want something to scream and shout about. And I got something to make you yell it loud.
Welcome, friends.
Thank you.
Where have you been? What have you done?
I was in Russia for 2 weeks, and Ukraine for a month, and Kazakhstan for 2 weeks, and then came to Germany.
But you didn't play shows? What did you do?
I played shows in Ukraine. In Russia and Kazakhstan, my wife is a professor, and she had work to do there, so we were traveling with the two of us and our 2-year-old daughter. So I was doing a lot of babysitting.
Yeah,
and I played some shows in Ukraine.
I was going to come to that topic later on, but since we were already talking about it, you have a child. How does that change the punk rock days?
It just means that the tours are shorter. That's the deal we've made, where I can do tours, but no more than 2 weeks, as opposed to the 6 or 7 week tours that I used to do. No, the difference is that I'm not trying to make this my full-time job anymore. Because to do that, I had to be on the road 250 days out of the year, and that's just not an option anymore. So now it's supplementary. I have a teaching job at home, and I'm bartending a little bit, and I have a book that's coming out, and I still play some shows, and it all adds up.
What are you teaching?
I'm teaching in the music department at Bard College. It's a small university about 2 hours north of New York City. It's kind of a technical course on transcription and analysis. On one level, it's a technical practice of ear training, listening and writing it down, but also then different ways other than standard notation to notate things that aren't, piano sonatas and string quartets. Like if ethnographic recordings, how do you notate things like timbre and expression and so on.
You were talking about your book. You did travel the Ukraine and especially Russia and the former Soviet Republic quite a bit. What are you writing about?
So the book is called The Humorless Ladies of Border Control. It comes out in spring of next year, and it is about touring in the former communist world. So China, Mongolia, Russia, Ukraine, the Balkans, and so on. And so it's part tour diary, part literary travelogue, engaging with the other writers who have written about traveling in those same parts of the world. Rebecca West, Paul Theroux, even Chekhov, and then some histories of punk rock in some of those places. There's a really interesting history of Siberian punk rock, as some of your watchers may or may not know. And then and interviews with the people who are constitute the DIY scene in places like that, and how they keep in touch with people in the rest of their scene across the country, how they make it work, and what the day-to-day life is like.
Is there a punk rock in Siberia?
Yeah, a really good one actually.
Really?
Yeah, there's a really wonderful Russian DIY network, but all the way from St. Petersburg out to Irkutsk, in part because there's such a good train system, and so they can everybody knows each other. They can travel by train. They don't have to bring gear because they're just going to share the back line of somebody, a 24-hour train ride away who they already know. They just come and play. And it was really fantastic. Actually, it reminded me of nothing so much as some of the German squat circuits. Just people all over the country that know each other and are helping each other set up tours. Really great. And there are big cities in Siberia that no one ever goes to. So you can get a pretty good crowd just by, even if they've never heard of you, just by going there, because it's something to do.
It sounds like a big adventure.
It's a big adventure. It's also not, in a way, it's a nice way to tour, because if you're touring on trains, the touring schedule is reversed. So instead of driving during the day, arriving at the bar, playing the show, and sleeping somewhere, you are playing the show. The promoter brings you to the train station at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. You sleep on the train, you wake up. Next promoter picks you up in the morning. You have all day to explore the city. And then it's a little bit like having a nightliner in that way. You have all day in the new city instead of driving all day.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Sensible, tangible, actually valuable, fanatical, tragic. We just wanna be magic. We just wanna be magic.